Johnson Grammar School, here to explain you the topic micro hydroelectric generation. This is a model. So this is the general structure of a dam wherein you can see that water is flowing from high potential to low potential. It rotates the turbine, which rotates the generator, and the electricity is generated in the transformer and supplied to various cities. This is implemented in this place in the apartment where each flat is wasting 2000 liters of water. So wherein if they place these tanks, that is filtered tanks where wastewater is filtered and collected. This setup is done only from the 6th floor, wherein the 5 floors are left over. This water is filtered and then it is passed out. It is passed through this to this pipe, and it goes on and falls on the turbine and rotates and generates electricity. The water is pumped up. The water anyhow is pumped up to supply to the top floors. The wastage water is diverted into this way, making it useful, that is generating electricity. She is going to tell you about this section.
Yes, I'm Ananya from class 9 of Johnson Grammar School ICSE. I'm going to explain about micro hydroelectric generator. This is the formula, that is heads of heat into flow in cubic feet per second by 11.8. This formula is used to calculate the power generated in kilowatts. Now, as she has explained about this, the same thing we are implementing on the apartment. Here we are taking it as this 5 floors we are leaving it for the head, and this much we are using for the collection of the water and for rotating of the turbine. Now I'll show you the calculation. The apartment has 20 floors and each floor has 10 flats, and so if each flat consumes 2000 liters of water, that is if the members in the apartment in each flat are 2 parents, 2 children and 2 grandparents, then they together consume 2000 liters of water, that is approximately, and 75% of the water they are using for generation of electricity. 25% is the toilet water, which cannot be used because it may contain germs. So the total volume of water which is generated after collecting from this flats is 10 flats into 15 floors, because they are using this as head, and 2000 liters of water into 0.75, because we are taking 75% of the water, which comes to 2,25,000 liters. Now we are calculating the flow rate from here. That means this value divided by 24 hours into 60 minutes into 60 seconds, we get it as 2.6 liters per second, or 0.092 cubic feet per second. Now we are calculating the power generated using this formula, that is 65.6 into 0.092 by 11.8. This is the head, as I have written here. 65.6 feet is the head. We are using this as head, and this is the amount of power generated per second water, and we are getting it as 0.52 kilowatts of energy is generated per second. Now we are converting that, we are considering that due to the design loss of power 15%, because while from the DC generator we have to convert into AC for supplying to the CFLs which are lighting with this, and also while transporting the electricity some power is lost. So we are taking it as 15% loss of electricity, and after that again we are calculating it as 0.52 into 100 minus 15, that is 85%. We get 0.44 kilowatts per hour we are generating. Now we are calculating it in 24 hours. In 24 hours we are generating 0.44 into 24, that is 10.56 kilowatts of power. Now this can be used for lighting 70 CFLs of 15 watts for 10 hours in the night time. So this much electricity is generated from an apartment wastewater. So it is very beneficial for us.
So next,
explain the cost analysis.
Cost analysis. If you take the generator, the inverter, the battery, the total cost would be 46,000. So here you are saving where 1 unit is 5 rupees, you are generating 10 kilowatt, which would be 50 rupees per day. You are saving 50 rupees, which in year would be 18,250 rupees, which could be collected in before 3 years. So at the end of the generator and the battery should be changed periodically. Then you should be earning a profit of 3,10,250 rupees with this. And if the government implements this policy in every apartment, that would be very useful, and there could be more amount of energy generated, and it can be saved. And moreover, this should be implemented in every place to save energy.
And if like government is implemented it for water harvesting, like that if this policy is implemented in apartments, then it can solve the problem of our country, electricity problem. And so because for every apartment if implement, then every apartment can save a lot of electricity.
And the energy can be stored in the batteries and supplied to areas where there is low supply of energy.
What's your ambition?
My ambition is to get study engineering in IIT.
I want to become a doctor. And I'll try to get chance in IIM because I like biology very much. So I want to go in that line.